Hey everybody. Okay, so now we're going to do our other soaping cool video, cut video for soaping cool. Oh, there they are. I was like, where'd my gloves go? I did have them down on the counter. So anyway, this one here is the one that we put fragrance in that I thought caused it to thicken faster, but I also thought to myself, I did take the lye out of the ice and set it on the counter for probably 10-15 minutes before I used it, and it could have been that the lye was not as cool as it should have been, and that's what caused it. And then it could have been the fragrance. Some fragrances will cause soap to come to gel quicker, and it's because I think of the sugar content, the natural sugar content of some natural fragrances, and I'm sure there's other things, but in fragrances, my thoughts on the subject is that in fragrances, not everything is chemical. Like essential oils that come from a poor harvest that don't test and meet the mark often get put in the fragrance and perfume industry. So it could be that the fragrances that are giving us trouble are the fragrances that have more natural items in them, and therefore the lye reacts to them. Because what does lye do to things in your sink when it's backed up? It eats the things, the natural product in the sink. It won't eat out a gold ring, I don't think, but it will eat out stuff like, you know, debris that's gotten in the sink from potatoes or whatever that's clogged your sink, and grease, and it eats all that out. So it has a reaction with the natural items in the fragrance, is what I sort of think. Now, I got a crack in this one, and I'm really puzzled. Let me show you the crack. Here's the crack, and I took a blow dryer and lightly heated it and rubbed my finger across it, and then when it dried, it looked a little dryish, and so I took a slightly damp paper towel and rubbed it, and now it's very camouflaged. It wasn't that bad anyway. Now, I thought that cracks in cold processed soap was because you wiggled it around when it was you know, becoming firm. And this lady corrected me on that, and she said no. What happens is it's heat expansion. So just like in the crock pot for you hot process soapers, you see soap begin to cook and raise. This is what happened. This got too hot and it began to expand. If you want to know what that's like, take some of your soap scraps and put them in a microwave for a few seconds, and all of a sudden you'll hit this heat point and it'll just start swelling, and it'll literally volcano in your microwave. Kids love it. Oh, let me pull this part good. Okay. So what happened was there was an expansion crack because it got too hot. So many things to learn. So I've always heard, you know, make your cold processed soap, throw it under a whole bunch of towels and blankets, keep it warm, don't touch it for 24 to 48 hours. Well, now I'm like, it got too hot. If I hadn't have covered it up with the towels and the blanket, it wouldn't have got too hot and did this. I don't know. Help me, guys. Help me. So if you know anything about this, please share with us. And I know everybody else is going to be reading the comments, you know, the new people that don't know anything about cold processed soap that's trying to learn, and other cold processed soapers that want to learn are going to be reading about this, from, you know, getting down in the comments and reading what you guys say. So share with us, please, some information on this, because I'm mystified. It's like, you know, it's like a lady's like, no, the soap right now, she says, is not lye active and will not burn you. But when I do research online, it says that it definitely can be active for up to 48 hours, and that if your soap is still light active up to 2 weeks, that's the point where you need to say, my recipe might not be right. So that means that it can be light active for up to 2 weeks. So I'm telling people to put on their freaking gloves because I don't want to tell anybody that this is safe and then they get burnt. Bridget got burnt once. We had a lady send us some samples of soap that she made, and we happily tested them, and Bridget was like, ow, Mama, I'm stinging, ow. And I was like, rinse your hands, and her hands turned blood red, and a woman sent her soap that was still light active, and it scalded her skin, and it really hurt. And so I don't want to do that to somebody. So no, this soap right here may be not light active, but I am going to tell you guys that it's the possibility that it could be. It's dangerous at this point possibly, and you need to wear your gloves because I don't want to hurt nobody. And I want to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Look, it did good. Look, it did good. I pushed it over, you know, to the little, I slanted it all to one side and then filled that in and then did a little S. And this is where the crack was. And now that it's cut, you barely even see it. And when it cures, you may not see it at all. So this soap turned out beautifully, even though it did get stiff on me. And that stiffness, if we had been doing the hot method, there's a good possibility that this soap would have seized if it was the fragrance that did it, okay? So learning what fragrances do or do not seize with whatever method, whether it be cold, room temperature, hot, or cool, because people do different things. Everybody has their own opinion, you know, of what works for them best. Does it work for them best to have it at room temperature? Does it work for them best to have the lye cold? Does it work for them best to have everything around 100 to 110? Or do they soap hot? So everybody does that. And it can be that it's the particular recipe and fragrance can have a lot of flexibility as to which method you can use. So much to learn. But they're gorgeous. My little babies are gorgeous. I'm so proud of them. Even if I did get an expansion crack, I'm still tickled. Ooh, I have a customer. Aren't those absolutely adorable? Beautiful little soaps. I am so tickled with those. Just so very tickled. And they smell heavenly. Oh my God, they smell so good. I hope the scent holds up to the curing process. Oh, those are awesome. Okay, I'm back. I know, I think I've been on a tear about lye heaviness and cracks and whether to cover it up or whether not to cover it up. And I don't know. I'm going to try to do some more reading and research, but I know that there's going to be people coming watching these videos that are like, I don't know either. And then there's going to be people coming watching these videos that's going to go, I know. And we really appreciate your comments because you can help steer everybody the right way and give us the little tidbits that's made soaping for you so much more pleasurable. So I've got our 2 cool ones cut. Both of those videos are done. Now I have got to do the last idea on soaping hot. So I got to cut that one. I got a crack in it too. And it don't look near as good as the other one did. I'm not happy about my crack. So anyway, so thank you so much for watching. This soap seems to be awesome. It bubbles really good with a bubble test with just our gloves on. We haven't used it on our skin yet because we're being cautious. It's not 2 years old, 2 weeks old yet. And we don't have test strips. I'm gonna order some. I've never needed them with hot process soap because you kill the lye in the cooking process. So that part of that stressor is just not there. But anyway, so let me make sure though that I gave you, that you saw the bars good. I can't remember, you know. I did this video and I got interrupted by customers, and then I had to come back to the video and I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where I was at. So, if my failures have taught you something, that's awesome. And if my successes teach you something, that's even more awesome. Alright. There'll be links at the end of the video to help you get on to the next series. I've been making soap, and I know you've just watched my video. I don't know what it was. It might have been a caving video. It might have been a soaping video. It might have been a metal detecting video, or it might have just been some silly video I made at Lowe's. Who knows? But I have some links for you. Check them out. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please hit the like button.